Hi, my name is Cole, and I'm here to walk you through the setup and installation of your waveLUX headlight package. Your waveLUX headlight package is going to come in three main components: the headlight itself, the wire, and the battery itself. When it comes to putting everything together, I usually recommend installing the headlight first. It's the easiest step of the whole part. What you're going to want to do is take that little gray linkage arm piece at the end of the headlight and just slide it onto the front of the Loupes there. All of our Loupes come with this pre-installed, but if you have a pair of Loupes from a different company or something like that, and you get a mount from us, it'll install the exact same way, just slides right on. Next up is the waveLUX wire. Now this part comes with a little coiled clip that comes in your wire accessory kit. It's going to come with two of them. What I usually recommend when you first get your waveLUX, you're going to get it and it's going to be really compressed like this. I usually recommend flaring this out a little bit, kind of rolling it all the way out, so that way it stretches. You see how it's a lot more released now as opposed to really complete when it was together? That's going to make this next step a lot easier. What you're going to want to do is take your wire and that little clip and you're going to pre-install it onto the wire, and it's going to help you put it onto the Loupes. So with that, you're going to take that little clip and flare it out a little bit so you have a gap there. Once you have that gap, you're going to put one end of the cable in there, and then you see how the cable is now sitting inside of that little coil. Now you're just going to thread it like a corkscrew until it's on there. Once it's on there, now you're going to be able to put it onto your Loupes, and the same process applies. You're going to just take the Loupes there and your cable, you're going to flare that out a little bit and then put the end of the temple arm inside that little coil. It's kind of a stiff plastic, but it does bend once you get it on there like so. Just like how you put it onto the cable, you're going to corkscrew it on here until it attaches. You're free to kind of manhandle it and bend it a little bit until, just like so, it's attached on there. Then you're going to want to pull that cable up so you have some slack, and then you can also move that little clip up a little higher so it stays tighter. The smaller one of the two clips that you're going to get is usually what you're going to use to attach the back side. Then once you have it attached there, you're going to take that cable, that little 45-degree bend there, that's what plugs into the light itself. And then you're going to plug it in until you hear a little click. Once it snaps, it's seated into that headlight all the way and it's ready to go. Now that we have that put together, we're going to set it off to the side a little bit and explain some of the functionality of the waveLUX. Now the waveLUX has a couple different functions. Mainly it's between wave and just operating on the button. Now, how you turn your battery on is just pressing that little white button on the top there. Once it turns on, you're going to see a little white light beneath a kind of a light bulb design there. And you're also going to see an orange light between a couple squiggly lines. If that orange light is on, that means that the wave sensor is on and functioning. If for whatever reason you want to turn that off, all you need to do is hold this white button down for around 3 to 5 seconds. After you hold it down, you're going to see that orange light is going to flash. Once it flashes and turns off, then the battery is only going to function by pushing the button there. And then when you're ready to go, you take that little gray 90-degree piece, plug it into the waveLUX there, and then the light will be functioning. So like I mentioned, it's on its button-only mode, and it functions exclusively by pushing that button. To kind of show you that wave feature, I'm going to hold this button down for a few seconds. Now, let me check. Perfect. Now this wave feature is on. These little sensors up here are where you activate that wave. So just move your hand on top, turns off, and turns on. If you need to adjust the brightness, that's what this dial here is for. So you move it to the minus, that's going to make it dimmer. Move it to the plus, it's going to make it brighter. And then you can turn that on and off. Then when you're ready to go and you put your Loupes on, you take the little magnet piece attached to the bottom of the waveLUX there, take that thin bit, put it under the lapel of your jacket or your scrubs, and then that battery just magnetizes just like so, and then it stays attached and it's ready to go for you to wave your hand over it to turn that light on and off. So just like so, that's how you put that all together, and now you're ready to use your waveLUX headlight package.